Now I should have sound. Yes. Alright, so I've seen this game come into the Game Pass today. Robin Hood of Sherwood Builders. Figure give it a shot. Why is it with a cursor? Hunter vision, switch arrows, special attack, lantern, hot bar, interact, run, crouch, jump. Let's just jump into it. Block incoming attacks with right trigger, left. I can't see what that is.
Robin of Locksley survived the burning sands of faraway lands as he served his role in the unforgiving Crusades. He emerged unscathed from deadly skirmishes just to become an exile and face mightier enemies in his own home country. After his previous hideout in Silwich, which was razed to the ground, the forests of Sherwood granted refuge to him and his retinue, while its new rulers threatened all. King Richard the Lionheart's untimely demise plunged England into chaos and left roving bands and their petty warlords free to fight amongst themselves for territory and influence. The Sheriff of Nottingham, a murderer and usurper, exploiting the pervasive lawlessness, pillages one area after another, increasing his power and leaving the poor residents of Sherwood at the mercy of wild fate.
Select combat mode. No movement while attacking. More realistic and demanding combat mode. What do you mean more realistic? But more realistic would be movement while attacking. Needs more thinking when it comes to timing your attacks, intended for players who prefer a more tactical approach to carrying out attacks and positioning in combat. Dynamic, an alternate mode that permits movement while using basic attack, which makes it easier to dodge enemy attacks but requires you to have greater control over attack range. It makes combo attacks more difficult to carry out. Intended for players who prefer to focus on basic attacks in combat. I'd rather be able to move around. Just do normal. Gameplay jump. Yeah. Select sprint mode. Hoggle? Robin's main goal is to liberate the 4 regions in the central England from the rule of the settlement in Nottingham and his followers, eliminating enemies and aiding in defenses. Through quests and events, increase Robin's reputation in the given region. Okay. Saving village residents from executions, escorting them, and rescuing them from kidnappers. Attacking convoys, warehouses, and tax collectors. Defending people against corrupt knights, ruthless soldiers, forest raiders, and many other threats. Okay. Effective use of skill points and expansion of your own settlement, allowing you to craft the necessary items, gain special abilities, and produce the necessary raw materials. Food and hydration. Right. Remember, regularly check your indicators of hunger and thirst. If you neglect either of these conditions, it can have lethal consequences. Okay. Simple food items can be found in the world or bought at traders. You can construct a kitchen in Robin's village that will enable preparation of much fancier meals. Okay, water is far simpler matter. Luckily, you just need to find a well. Empty bottles, but don't be fooled though. Bottles are significant items that can be managed well. They determine the success of your mission more than once. Stone hood. Yarrow potion. Triggers defend. Okay, so
I always worry when you're away from home for long, Robin.
my good friar, the sheriff will face his death
My
well
good
before I
friar,
do.
the sheriff will face death well
He
before
talks
I
for
do.
me.
Hoity as always. I'm just glad to see you in good health, friend.
Don't worry, we're not in danger this time. We're safe here.
I can't help but worry after that nightmare when the Crown's men discovered our old home.
This time they won't run into us. We're well hidden. I saw to that.
The previous settlement was so splendid, too. But I know you all too well, you crafty fox. Fighting back matters to you, doesn't it?
What matters is everyone made it out alive. After I defeated Black Henry and freed Marion, the sheriff completely lost his composure. I must stop the enemy before he becomes too powerful.
Enemies, plural. The king and the sheriff don't stop at their own henchmen. You constantly hear about even more scoundrels plaguing the surroundings of Nottingham.
King's allies grow in numbers. Some are bought with land assignment, others threatened with death and confiscations. We must weaken the grip of the king and the sheriff if we are to feel safe here.
Definitely, Robin. Why, just recently, little John got his shirt all cut up. We can't have you all take risks like that.
He'll recover. You know him. We each have our crosses to bear. You say so yourself.
Well said. You know, you may be right. This settlement seems secure.
This time no one will find us. Time to let an arrow loose right into the beast's heart.
I believe you, dear Robin. But before you
Yeah,
do that,
Robin.
you must regain your strength. Setting up a new village is exhausting work. Eat something. Have a drink. Rest in your home. We'll talk later.
Inventory looks like you can find your equipment. You can access it anytime by pressing the. So LB is your hotbar. Your backpack has limited capacity and carry weight. As you progress through the relevant skill tree, you will be able to increase the amount of spaces in your inventory. Equipment and inventory. Sometimes in the course of travels, you may find yourself in possession of special items. These are typically related to the quests. They weigh nothing and take up no space in your inventory. Well, that's nice. In the world, you will come across several sets of apparel. Each consists of 7 items: armor, gauntlets, trousers, boots. Improve Robin's skills needed in battle. Parts such as the hood, shoulder, and cloak are items that only affect appearance. Hood, shoulder, and cloak. Okay, so everything below the shoulders basically is armor. Without protection, the force of Sherwood would be impossible to survive. Even in the craftiest outlaws, special gear can be produced in the weaving mill, which is constructed in Robin's village. The armor Robin wears can only be switched out for another. Robin always wears armor or sold to a merchant. It's worth to remember, however, crafting and collecting isn't always the easiest feat. Items you no longer want in your inventory can be discarded to the ground. Remember, however, that they will most likely disappear irretrievably after time. If you don't want to lose anything, put it in a safe place, preferably in your chest. You gave me a thing. Yeah. Find that little keyboard attachment. I might be able to use the numbers on it to use my hotbar instead of having to pull that up. Neat. I don't need to drink. Sleep in your home, speak to Tuck. Guess this is my home. Okay, so I have a very particular chest. got something in my eye. Boost damage dealt with the regular sword attacks. Strong back. Increase maximum carry weight. Boost damage dealt with both regular and special bows. May go a little bit the Little John route and start deep pockets, increase the number of slots available in inventory. Durable tools, increase tools where while using them, and resource extraction. Ah, is it this moon up or so it's like middle of the night, morning, day? I think.
Have you already managed to get some rest? Good friend. It'll never cease to amaze me how quickly you recover. But so little sleep can't be good for you.
It's good for you, as long as you have water instead of wine, good friar.
So you say. But those who sleep long aren't quick to sin. I'll be keeping my wine.
I knew how you'd react. Take it easy, Tuck. Your cask supply's safe.
I should think so. It's a strategic reserve for a time of crisis.
Certainly. Not another word.
I take it you make yourself so exhausted. You can't keep track of your things. Where's your bow?
This time I didn't lose anything. I broke it during a hunt. We've had so much work with building a new village that I haven't had time to craft a new one yet.
The forest hasn't
Now I
been
get to learn
kind
to
to us of
craft.
late. The worst is behind us, however, and you can take to making your bow in peace. Grab a hatchet and fell a few trees. The wood should suffice for both the bow and the arrows. I have a hemp cord here that should do as a bowstring.
Hmm.
That's all the help I need. Thank you, Tuck.
A bow is crucial for survival. See to crafting it, but be right back. Our village needs your help.
Is there anything you need?
Traders can be found in villages and towns throughout the realm. They happily buy and sell items in exchange for gold. Duh. Every trader has their own specialization, which determines what they can sell to you. Fortunately, they buy whatever you're willing to unload. If you want to earn more from trading, remember to develop the skills in the tree which affect just that. I don't know what that says. That is another language. Mining raw materials is a tough job, but you can speed it up and improve your work. You'll need to do the mining is to strike at the right moment, shown by the cursor icon, and you'll reduce the time and energy required for the next swing. Oh, okay. Tools and weapons have a determined durability level. It decreases with each use, and when it reaches 0, the item remains in your inventory unusable. When a tool or weapon loses all of its durability, you can simply decide to make a new one, or you can also use repair tools. They can help you restore the equipment's durability. Every tool you use has a sharpness level and determines the type of resource you can extract from the environment. And the better the tool, the rarer Uh-huh. Very, very basic tutorial. Easy time crafting some basic equipment. Select the item that interests you in your inventory, choose the amount, and click the craft button. Items that need more specialized equipment, such as swords, require you to return to the village and use specially designed buildings. Yeah. Skill points can be used to develop. Okay, so I'm gonna have to examine the skill tree a little deeper. There's a lot of skills. Acknowledge. Knowledge is power. Skill points can also be found in the world in the form of books or scrolls. Okay.
How have you been getting along with Tuck while I'm away?
Lately, he got the crazy idea I've been nicking wine from his pantry. Can you believe it?
Well, have you?
Of course I have. But he ain't caught me red-handed. And if he does...
You'll tell him that's not your red hand.
Hello.
Okay, so he's sitting down.
How's your
I
day, sir?
thought he was headless.
This bow is a start, and it'll leave you with fewer reasons to fear. Unless you get on Marion's bad side again and suggest a post in the kitchen for her. Even the purest steel and holy water wouldn't help you then.
Time's long past. We've explained things to each other and agreed I wouldn't make this mistake again. Speaking of whom, have you seen her anywhere?
Calm yourself. No one's lured her into a trap this time. She said she absolutely had to go and help with the locals, so she'll be back soon.
That sounds like her. You said you could use my help here?
Yes, there are many things we need, food being most urgent. A better archer couldn't be found in all of Sherwood. Before you set off to take from the rich, perhaps you could use your skills to aid us.
I'll gladly try out the new bow. Stoke the fire. We're having a roast tonight. I'll leave the meat in storage.
Everyone in the village is working so intensely, a small feast should lift their spirits.
Is it P items? So that's the slow motion. Let's go bag us a deer. A nice little trek. short range. Oh my god. Why? Too slow. Not too shabby.
saints and heavens above, you're back safe and sound, good Robin. Allow me to ask, how goes the matter of our does? Was your hunt successful?
How long have we
Course.
known each other that you still need to ask? My eyes haven't failed me this time either. I just hope that there's enough for everyone. Please, make sure they have a warm meal today.
By the Blessed Mother, of course it shall be done. Well fed and under your leadership, they will soon take up proper work.
What do you mean by that?
The expansion of our settlement, of course. The merry men are starting to run out of breathing room. You are surrounded with many loyal people. Each of them needs a roof over their head. The more houses there are, the more able bodies we'll have for work.
I think I know what you're hinting at, Tuck.
Have I become that predictable? In that case, I won't beat about the bush. We need wood to construct homes for the village's inhabitants. There's more of us here with each passing day.
Okay.
there you are. I saw the new building. A fine job. I've always believed that carpentry is an exceptional craft.
Me too.
True. Looks cozy.
Well, time for those who live there to earn their keep. Fortunately, none of them expect a free dinner. We have a few tool production specialists here, and if you build a furnace, you will see that for yourself.
Tuck, are you trying to use some underhanded ploy to send me out into the woods?
God forbid. This time to the quarry. The furnace requires stone. Extract it and watch over the construction. You won't regret it, as we'll need the tools that the furnace provides.
What is my carrying capacity? $79. So that was for the mine. So if I can get up. Oh, I think what I'll do first is I'll return this to the warehouse, seeing as I basically just filled my inventory with wood or with stone. So go deposit this. Stone, stone, stone. This way from my pine.
I'm hurting all over, Robin.
It's good to see you too, John. What happened?
Oh, something snapped in me back. I can barely bend down.
As he just
But that must be normal at your age. Marion will make you a balm for it.
At my age, you forgotten about our meeting on the bridge or what?
You don't forget a blow like that. Although, I have been managing better in fights since then.
Couldn't be any other way with a teacher as excellent as me. You fancy a little adventure?
And a friend as excellent as you, John. What adventure do you have in mind?
Nothing epic. A few thugs wandered too close and need to have their faces caved in for it. You ready to teach them a lesson? I'll show you where they are.
I'll gladly warm up my bones, and you be sure to mind yours.
Excellent. Teeth are going to fly. Let's meet at the edge of the village.
yeah, I get to go beat up some thugs. Speak with Tuck real quick.
Wonderful, Robin. You've learned about your duties as head of this village. I never doubted your hunting abilities, but governing a township is an entirely different skill set.
As you see, I can manage that too.
But let's hope no roofs fall on anyone's head.
I managed it. I didn't build it.
I can think of at least one person in Nottingham Castle who could use a roof collapsing on it.
Robin. Then again, I do feel the same way about the sheriff's well-being. Anyway, listen to me well now. This is a serious matter.
So, you know how to be serious.
I do, and so should you by now. The village that we're setting up here is only the beginning. You'll see for yourself that in time we'll learn to function not as a band of forest outlaws, but as a well-organized community.
That's the plan. I'll make it so that the people will live free again, safe from the sheriff's tyranny.
Of course, I believe in you. And even if I didn't, that would scarcely make a difference with your persistence.
What's this about then?
Why, it's about the people. For now, the ones closest to us. You realize we're surrounded by a vast and marvelous land, and it's inhabited by various houses, groups, and alliances. And they are often not quite fond of each other.
I'm aware of that, Friar.
Try to win the sympathy of at least a few groups. Show the denizens of this land that not all hope is lost. Having their support means you'll travel the road further ahead with greater confidence.
It's a good point.
Reasonable. Is there something I should start with?
Every action taken against bandits or the men of King John and the sheriff is an action that counts to every one of us. When the king's soldier looks to take some poor soul's head, you stop him. And when you see a caravan laden with royal gold, well, I'm sure you see where this is going. There are, however, places where exceptionally concerning things are said to happen.
What do you mean?
The Barnesdale region is a place where you can find both the king's men as well as bandit ruffians. The sons of Adam and the waved children make up the chief threat there. Apart from them, the local people are bound to accept your aid.
They deserve it, and they'll have it. They mean as much to me as the people who live in our forest refuge.
Very noble of you, dear Robin, as always. I know you believe it, but you must make them believe it too. Some of those people are afraid and just want to survive. Others don't really know what to think at all. Convince them with your actions, and the sheriff's reign will fall faster than you expect.
I believe you, Friar. Are there any places I should see?
I have two in mind. Would you prefer to hear about the mysterious thefts or wolves in a silver mine?
Um,
Mysterious thefts? Sounds like something right up my alley.
I don't know much about them, but I've heard tell that traders traveling through Barnesdale are relieved of their riches in a rather crafty manner. Searching for any remaining loot or culprits has been futile.
The outlaws? The sheriff?
The sheriff wouldn't have bothered to hide anything. Outlaws would have left clues. Talk to Nicholas. He's a cloth merchant and an old friend. He's probably sitting somewhere in a tavern and mourning his loss.
Hardly a wonder. I'll speak with him. Maybe I'll learn something. Wolves in the mine. Those wine casks were meant for an emergency, not for a single dinner.
Very amusing. Wolves is a moniker given to the House de Grey by the locals. You will find Hildewolf Mine to the southeast. It belongs to King John and should have royal soldiers stationed there.
This already sounds interesting.
But since recently, it's been swarming with de Grey's men. Word is they took by force with little regard for the king's law.
Is there any chance they'll finish each other off?
I'm not sure about that. On the one hand, they are the enemy of our enemy. On the other, they are known for wars and conflicts that they start with nearly everyone they meet.
Anything else?
The de Greys also dabble in exotic alcohol trade and scheming. I won't deny which of these matters interests me more, personally.
I can wager a guess.
But the most important matter now is that the peasants from Hildewolf Mine fell out of the frying pan and into the fire. The boot of their new tyrants weighs heavily on them, and they surely need the help of someone like you. Besides, access to silver may help us arm our people better.
I'll look into it. I know it's not in your nature, Marion, but have you had some rest since the escape?
I could ask you the same thing, my dear. The Prince of Thieves needs to rest too.
Now you're just mocking me. The Prince of Thieves.
A little, but mostly worrying. So many sleepless nights have passed to settle here.
There's no end in sight. Are you handling our people all right?
I tended to whom I could with what little there was left in the herbal satchel. I can gather new plants myself, but we need more serious equipment to look after the gravely injured.
Tell me how I can help you.
We have most of the construction materials, as well as the plans. Collect some reed for me. It usually grows by rivers and other bodies of water.
And later,
Look over the construction.
Finally, you're here. I'm the one with sore bones here, not you. I saw a camp in this area.
you're fiendishly fast for such a bruiser. What is this camp?
Regular thugs, but they can cause trouble if they find us. Besides, saw them hiding something in the hollow tree.
Now you have my attention, John. No time to waste. Let's get moving.
First things first. Sneak up to the guard there. He's watching the camp and he doesn't look tougher than you, so he shouldn't have a problem.
All right, I'll hide in the grass. This'll be easy.
You can surprise your enemies and attack them from behind or from above. That instantly kill enemies and their level isn't high. If their level isn't higher than Robin's, if not, a special or elite opponent. Okay. Whether you are visible to your enemies depends on a factor such as armor type, skill level, time of day, or light source. You can also hide tall grass and bushes just simply crouching them. Noise is another factor must make into account. Consider, for example, that running makes it easier for your enemies to hear you from greater distance. Okay.
And that's how it's done, old-timer.
I'll admit, not too bad. Though I would have packed a bigger punch for it.
I've no doubt about that, John. Maybe you'll demonstrate that bigger punch on some other brigands.
I can barely move with this here back. You trying to do me in? Take care of him and come back to me.
Path of craftsmanship, path of the blade, path of shadows, path of endurance, path of the arrow.
What did those dodgers hide in there?
Looks like loot from a theft. Some gold, some jewelry, everything covered in flour. Find out who this could be, John, and return it to the owner.
I'll have a look around the area as soon as I feel better. By the way, do you ever miss our looting days? Remember how one time you had me put on a frog and...
Well, I myself pretended to be blind to fool the sheriff. Yes, I remember. Good times, John.
By God! He was howling mad like a wolf when he figured out how we duped him. Could still hear him from a league away, and got a bit of gold while at it.
Maybe we'll pull off something like that again. Right now, it's time to look after the village.
You grow ever more reasonable with time, my friend. But you're right. We'll meet back home.
Nice weather we're having.
You know, Maid Marian needs reeds, so getting those while I'm out here. Oh. So those guys probably reappear every time I rest. Or they're on a timer.
Friend,
or foe?
Depends
I am
what you
friend.
think of King John and the sheriff.
One onto the pyre, the other to stoke the flames with.
Friend.
Very well. The name's Theobald, good master. On a quest to find Cogain. On the road for months, all of us. The sheriff, may his part shrivel and fall off, has been a thorn in all our sides. Left my home in cinders. Barely made it out with the family. Gathered the rest of the people, and so through the woods we go week after week.
Cocaine. Don't take offense, but that is a made-up place.
Not made up, but legendary. And I shall find it. Besides, better to look for Cogain than to live where the sheriff rules.
There's some right on your side. Perhaps you'll make a stay at my village.
I'll stop you there. I thank you. But we continue on. The sooner we set out, the faster we'll...
Get lost.
Damn it, what now? Spirits! Help us, please. Blasted savages. Normally we manage, but we've been on the road for some time and we'd be in dire straits if it weren't for you. I can't offer much. Hunger afflicts us too. But tell me your name, and anyone we meet will know its bearer is a good man and fierce warrior.
I've no want for gold, nor do I seek admiration, but thank you. I am Robert of Locksley.
Thank you, Robin of Locksley.
Full. First, I put all my salt away.
Oh, I see you're planning a crusade. I've been on one already, and I don't recommend them.
What sodding crusade? They don't want to pay us. I'd flog the whole lot of them, but I don't see myself as an outlaw.
How lucky that I already happen to be one. May I help?
It's been long since I believed in help without interest. Who are you?
They call me Robin Hood, and my business is disrupting our so-called rightful rulers and helping those faced with injustice.
Boss, we're the ones faced with, injustice, right?
Blast you, Ehrlich. Yes, we're the ones faced with injustice. Listen, Robin, since that's what they call you. Days ago, we were whipping some poor cunts in the name of our good King John, yeah?
You You seem like a bunch that knows how to whip, so I'll take your word for it.
Exactly. And when the job was done, instead of handing us our gold, they rained arrows on us. Is that justice?
Absolutely not.
Ah, that's what I mean. Will you help us get our gold? I bet it's not the only thing held by the king's men in the nearby outpost. We'll be waiting for you here.
The king's men in gold, you say? I won't be long. Don't make yourselves at home too much.
Oh, if you got hit by your own buddy a minute ago, that's funny. Where'd your friend go? here, kill a bunch of royal guys, then go back to the base, drop some shit off, then go get some more missions.
Shoot him down, man.
Picked a fight I didn't want.
It's Robin. Ha! Ooh,
Beach, sandstone, moss. It's me and you, Knight. Stolen goods and stewards. Some of the yeah, you may find yourself resisting stolen goods. You can return them to the steward, representing the rightful owners of. Okay. Every village has its representative, overseer, who's the steward. You can deliver. Visiting outlaws, determine the following, come take from the rich and give it to the poor, and expect a regular reward. Okay.
I think I've heard something.
There you are, Robin in a hood. Alive? Well, got the gold.
Safe and sound, and I brought something back. Here's your gold, just as agreed. It should cover treatments for the men wounded by the arrows, too.
It's a fair trade, Robin of the Sherwood Forest. I'll drink to your health at the tavern. May your path be straight and the gold always weigh heavy on you. Take this too as a keepsake. You'll know how to make a cover similar to ours with it. Seems like you're rather fond of them. Farewell.
Be well, Rowan. Safe roads.
Hell was that? One of these days I'll remember to do this.
in the legs! Pin him down! Fire it! Pin him down!
Are you all right? The rite of first night?
Sarding lawless times, and I'm still whole, but my Edwin isn't. Bloody lordlings!
What did you do to that, Lord?
What was I supposed to do? Stand there and give myself? I bent my leg in the knee and let him have it so hard his eyes came together. But Edwin, poor thing.
It's not your fault. They started it all. They should get what's coming to them.
They got theirs, but they should have got more painfully.
They call me Robin Hood, and I have an offer for you. You're not likely to find peace here. Sooner or later, someone will come after you. My village is filled with people who don't want to be ruled by lords and brutes. You'll be welcome there.
I have some dowry gold. I don't think it's dowry anymore. I can also work, but not here, not staying here.
Keep your gold. You'll have use for it yet. I'll show you the way to our outpost. When you get there, tell them I sent you. Talk to Marion, and you'll never get hurt again.
See you again, Robin.
Until later, Martha.
God. Stop swinging.
Fire at will.
It's enemy!
that up too.
good business to you.
Greetings. Are you the steward here?
I am. Any chance you've seen some suspicious goods around Barnsdale? They could be ours, because we've been robbed.
Robin's actions bring hope to the poor and needy. However, they do not escape the attention of the Sheriff of Nottingham. It is known that one could hardly find a more formidable foe in the entire kingdom.
I have some items for you.
Thank you, stranger. May word of a great savior spread.
Be well.
Your daughter has been done. We have no additional income from the travelers.
Damn king and his hellish taxes! Even at a time like this, if I could with my bare hands, I would.
I've seen people go to the scaffold for more restrained words.
Have at it, God's child. Go, fetch the royals right now and let them do their thing. Hanging the helpless is all they're good for.
Forgive me, my lady. I didn't mean for it to sound that way. I'm no threat. On the contrary, can I help?
You'll pay all my taxes after my father's death.
I'm sorry for the loss in your family. But what do you mean by taxes? How could your father have passed more than once?
I'm not amused, stranger. One tax to the ruler for his loss of labor, a second to the robe at the graveyard for burial, and a third called the dead arms pay.
That one? For what?
For this miserable house and scrap of field, to keep them in the family.
That sounds like too many tragedies in one place. How can I help?
Why do you want to help me?
Let's say I have my quarrels with the king and enjoy doing things that impede him.
You talk like a man I could grow to like. My name's Lori.
Robin Hood. It's a pleasure.
Yes, and now for the specifics. In a nearby warehouse, there is stored silverware that belongs to my family. We sold them one day to make ends meet.
I think I just gave it to the steward.
I understand you want me to steal them.
If you can, yes. I see no reason not to pay with the same silver for the same tragedy.
That's a wise approach. I'll be back with your silvers.
Did you find anything, Robin?
I've only found this silver set. I assumed you meant this.
Thank you, Robin. That's the one. This silver cup belonged to Grandma. Maybe I'll manage to keep it.
I hope so too, Lori.
I'll tell everyone that there's yet someone willing to do good in this wretched world, and his name is Robin Hood.
You don't have to, but thank you. Good fortune.
Maybe you've seen my Elric?
Sadly, good woman, I don't know who you're talking about.
About my Elric, my son.
Elric von Liechtenstein?
I haven't seen your son, no. But maybe I can help you find him?
Will you do it for me?
With great pleasure. Helping you will be an honor.
Oh, such a well-mannered youth. You remind me of my Elric. What do they call...
Robert of Locksley.
Robert? That was my husband's name. It's a sign.
Was?
Another poor soul. He went and died years ago. Now Elric does what he can to feed us. Can I tell you a secret?
I'll take it with me to my grave.
Elric, left to hunt. I know he's not allowed to, but how else are we to eat?
The forest is meant for all. Say no more. I'll help. Just tell me which way your son went.
As always, he went into the forest north of Wentbridge. But this time, he hasn't returned.
Don't worry about a thing. Your son will return.
Good game.
That must be all of them. Are you all right?
Oh, no, nothing. I'm all right. Thank you, stranger.
Not exactly a stranger. You must be Elric.
How do you know?
What do you think?
My mother.
Exactly. I promise you'd make it home safe and sound, will you?
Yes, thank you for helping. Come to us when you have time. I'll try to repay you for your efforts.
I'll find you when I'm in the area.
How's your day, sir?
Actually care about us?
Oh, there you are. Elric, this is Master Robert Hood. Say hello.
Oh no, Mother. You don't have to.
I don't have to what? I don't...
Nothing, Mother. Good morrow, Master Robert.
Robin, please. Robin is fine.
Thank you for your help, Robin. Accept this as thanks. It's not much, but it may come in useful.
Thank you, Alba. Good fortunes, Elric. I'm Robin. And what's your name?
I'm Bode. I'm waiting for my father.
He told you to wait here, alone?
No, father got caught by the men with swords, and they said he'll rot in a dungeon.
He'll rot.
He'll rot in a dungeon.
Bode, you're very brave to be waiting for your father here by yourself. Don't worry. Those people won't hurt him, and he'll be back with you soon. Just show me where they took him, all right?
There! I heard them laughing, beating him.
Keep your chin up, and don't go anywhere. He'll come back to you soon.
Charge! Enemy!
Where did you leave him?
He got one across the muzzle. He's probably sitting where we left him, the little wimp.
When I get out of here, I'll...
You'll what? Shut your gob or I'll put new holes in.
To arms! Shoot him in the legs.
Why did they seize you?
I was gathering kindling in the woods. It's not allowed, but my boy was cold and we need something to cook on.
That's understandable.
Besides, a forest should be for everyone. Why is it only the king and his lackeys get to crawl all over it?
You know what? I don't think they can. The forest is for everyone. My people and I live by that rule.
You speak wisely. What do they call you, hooded one?
Robin, and you are...
Rusted, but right now I need to get back to me, lad.
Is his name Bode?
Yes. Is he all right?
No, safe and sound. If a little scared, but still brave. He's waiting not far from here. In fact, he sent me here telling me you were captured by the king's men.
Oh, good lad. All that's left for me in this world. Find us Robin, and we'll talk about the reward.
We'll meet again.
I'm counting on it.
Good to see the family back together.
It would have been impossible without you, Robin. Bode? What do we say when someone helps us?
Thank you.
Make nothing of it. No one should be kept in a cage. Definitely not for using the forest. Are you alright?
Yes. Let's go home now. Visit us whenever you feel like it. There will always be a bed there for you. We live not far from here.
Thank you. I'll probably visit you.
Finally, I've been waiting for you. I recently encountered someone you should urgently meet.
This matchmaking is not like you at all, Tuck. Tell me calmly what this is about.
Matchmaking? Nonsense. Although you're right, one thing at a time. You see, I was collecting herbs for my wines. By the blazes, that's wise. Now, you sound like someone with a clearly defined goal.
Well,
of course.
All at once I noticed a marvelous patch of bishop's weed. Simply splendid. So there I go to have a closer look at the Lord's creation, but I'm shortly down on my rump, while he was right there.
A royal? Were you attacked?
Not at all. There was a mighty man with a grey beard standing before me. He spoke softly and slowly, as though whispering into my ear, even though he was nowhere near.
Who was it? What did he want from you?
He didn't introduce himself. He only said that he had been observing us for some time now, especially you, Robin. He wanted to meet you. He even asked me to repeat what he said.
Huh. What do you make of it?
He said he would be waiting in the stone circle on the edge between Barnesdale and Peak District. He told me he knew how to enter Castle Nottingham, and that he supported our cause. This will sound unreasonable, but he seemed so trustworthy. He had a tranquil glory about him. You'd have to feel it for yourself.
An unusual matter. But I'll investigate if you say so. I won't let myself get ambushed. An extra help will always be of use. Especially to us. It won't hurt to meet and speak.
I need to give me something to drink, so I'll be right back.
Yes, exactly it, Robin. Applying broadleaf poultices won't help with serious wounds. Now I can get to some real work.
If it hadn't been for you, half of us wouldn't have survived the winter. You can't imagine how grateful I am that you're here.
Getting all sentimental? I'm here with you and I believe in what you're fighting for. We're fighting together. Besides, I can't quite imagine returning to the royal court and those perfumed toadies.
That's true, Marion, though it's still a long road ahead of us.
Shorter with every day, my love. Do what you have to, and I'll make sure the village is functioning properly while you're away.
Keep an eye on Tuck and Little John from time to time. They can be like two cats in a bag.
There's no cure I know of for their strain of camaraderie, but I can keep an eye on them, or a lash over them. There's one more thing, Robin.
Yes?
Take my sash and place it at home. Let it draw you back to it with my thoughts.
Thank you, Marion. I'll travel to this sash, to a home, to you.
like we're the punchline of some cosmic joke?
Cosmic joke? Explain.
I mean, we're out here in the middle of Sherwood, living off rabbits and berries. Meanwhile, nobles are feasting in the Grand Hall.
True. I bet they don't argue about who gets the last piece of jerky.
I doubt their daily entertainment involves a showdown with a particularly clever...
But hey, we got the great outdoors, fresh air, and the joy of arguing with each other.
Dull moment in village life. You ever think about settling down, starting a family?
Need something?
Oop, my bad. Can't find this tracker too. I don't know where it is. So this is tracker 1. So I assume that that was in here. But I could be wrong. So they can't find it. Just increasing that crit damage over and over again. Increase the sword wear. What you doing?
If you're trying to hide, I've got bad news for you.
What? No! I'm waiting for a convoy!
I had no idea today's youth was so diligent about paying taxes.
You jest at my expense, good sir, and the circumstance is hardly a laughing matter to me.
I'm no sir. The name's Robin Hood. And yes, the situation won't be cause for laughter when the king's men draw and quarter you.
How? How can this be?
Which is the penalty for waylaying royal treasure. And let's...
No! I mean yes, but no! They were the ones who took the only keepsake of my father, his sword. Nothing else returned from the Crusades.
I am sorry. Many fine men made their final resting place there. I barely made it back myself. I'll help you, for the sake of your father's memory and your own. By the way, what do they call you?
I am Tommy, and I thank you, Robin.
Don't mention it. Let's get to work.
We just have to be careful with one matter. If the caravan reaches Conisbro, it will get too dangerous for an attack.
They won't make it that far. That's a promise.
I'll be waiting in a clearing nearby. Join me there when you're ready.
Alright, I'm gonna have to call it there. I'm just getting super tired. I don't know if like there's a storm pulling in or something, but I appreciate y'all coming in, hanging out with me. Uh, Hopefully I'll get one going a little earlier. This game's been pretty cool, so I'd like to see where it goes. The whole Robin Hood aspect's been it's a fun way to go about it, and like robbing caravans and stuff. But appreciate y'all. Y'all take it easy. See you in the next one.